G'day guys, and welcome to another YouTube lesson. Today we're going to take a look at critical issues in business success and failure and look at two syllabus dot points in particular: trend analysis and identifying and sustaining a competitive advantage. So the first thing, trend analysis. What's that? Trend analysis is the process of investigating changes over time and looking for patterns or trends in order to be able to predict the future. If a business can use this information effectively, then they can have a much better chance of predicting problem trends, and they make changes to avoid this and avoid future failure. Now, trend analysis, it's based on the idea that what happened in the past gives you a good indication of what is likely to happen in the future. All right, now in terms of a particular business as an example, if we had in, say, 2010, a business earned $62 million in profit. In 2011, they're earning $78 million in profit, and in 2012, they're earning 85 mil, 2013, 90 mil. You know, if you just look at the year 2013 and see 90 mil, you'd say, that seems reasonable. But there's nothing to take a look at. What's the trend? What's the pattern? Is it going up or down? In this instance, 2010 was only 62 million net profit. Geez, I'd like that. 2013's $90 million. So it's been a decent increase. My math's not great, but I think it's gone up an extra 30%-ish. So that's a pretty good, maybe 40, pretty good increase in net profit. On the flip side, imagine if we put that around the other way and say that in 2010 it was $90 million and it's gone down each year to 2013 down to $62 million. If I was to ask you, this business 2013 is earning $62 million, is that good or bad? Well, you've got no context to be able to say if it's good or bad without seeing the overall trend. In that second example, it's declining. So 62 million is not good when 4 years ago it used to be $90 million. So this is what trend analysis is looking at. It's having a look at what is the business like compared to how it was beforehand. And this is a major influence in the success or failure of a business, because if you can identify positive trends and you can see why they're positive, you can continue with that, hopefully. If you're seeing a decline in profits or sales or whatever from your trend analysis and looking at those trends or those patterns, then you can try and fix it and make changes, because you can see where it's going wrong, hopefully. That's the thoughts anyhow. Now, the last dot point we're looking at today is identifying and sustaining a competitive advantage. Firstly, what is a competitive advantage? This refers to the strategies used by a business to gain an edge over their rivals or competitors. A business has a much higher chance of success if it can, early on in its life in particular, figure out what competitive advantage it has, okay, or wants, and has over its rivals, and it can make sure it focuses on those. I.e., example, Apple has a competitive advantage over its cheaper technological rivals in the fact that it's producing consistently new and innovative, high quality, fashionable products. It's the very reason that customers continually pay more for Apple products. If a business can identify, firstly, and that in itself is hard, and then sustain this competitive advantage, then they're much more likely to succeed in the long term. All right, guys, lucky for you, it is a short YouTube this time. See you next time. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.